Imagine waking up every day with a shield so strong that no outside chaos, no negative comments, no unexpected twist of fate could shake your soul. What if I told you that such a shield is not only the prerogative of legends, but a true state of being accessible to anyone? These are not superhero fantasies. This is the ancient, yet incredibly modern, wisdom of Stoicism. A philosophy that has enabled some of history's greatest minds to face the stormy seas of life with unwavering calm and resilience. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control every aspect of the world around us, we have the absolute power to control our reactions, our emotions, and, most importantly, the quality of our thoughts. That's a bold statement, sure, but stay with me. Today, we'll take an in-depth look at how this thousands of years old philosophy is not only relevant, but essential in our fast-paced and often overwhelming modern lives. Whether you're struggling with stress, feeling lost in the chaos of your daily routine, or simply looking for a more meaningful and serene existence, the Stoic path could well be the beacon of clarity you are looking for. First, stay away from people who bring negativity. This is not about avoiding challenges or constructive criticism. They are essential for growth. But what about the kind of negativity that drains you, the one that makes you doubt your worth, your dreams, and even your happiness? This is what we need to move away from. And Stoicism, with its timeless wisdom, sheds light on why and how to achieve this. The Stoics, these ancient philosophers who devoted their lives to the art of living well, had a radical idea. Our peace of mind and our ability to live a virtuous life depend largely on our inner state, not on our external circumstances or the people around us. But here's the thing. They also knew that, while we can't control what others say or do, we can control who we spend our time with and how much we allow their words to affect us. Imagine that you are carrying a torch that lights your path. Every negative comment, every blow to your self-esteem is like a gust of wind threatening to extinguish this flame. Why would you choose to weather a storm when you could choose a path that keeps your light burning? This is the essence of moving away from negativity. It's not about building walls or harboring resentment. It's about choosing your path wisely. But how do you do it? First of all, it requires awareness. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with someone. Do you feel stimulated, energized, and inspired? Or do you feel exhausted, anxious, or diminished? This awareness is your compass. Next, practice the art of saying no. It is a powerful word, one that Stoics considered essential for preserving inner peace. Saying no to one thing means saying yes to another. Yes to fatigue, yes to growth, and yes to your own well-being. And when you step away from negativity, do so with compassion both for yourself and for those you distance yourself from. Remember, everyone is on their own path, fighting their own battles. The Stoic approach is not about passing judgment. It is about making choices that align with your values and your quest for a peaceful and meaningful life. So why not take inspiration from the Stoic Handbook? Start organizing your social circle the way a gardener tends. A garden nurturing the relationships that bring out the best in you and gently pruning those that do not. It is not about excluding people in a moment of anger. It is about consciously choosing who you allow into your inner circle, the sacred space of your life. By adopting this Stoic practice, you are not just avoiding negativity. You are taking a stand for your own happiness and peace of mind. And in a world that often seems to plunge into chaos, this stand is a powerful act of rebellion, a declaration that you are the architect of your own inner world. So let us embrace the wisdom of the Stoics, let us choose our companions wisely, and let us create a life filled with positivity, growth, and serenity. And guess what? One of the few things we can control is how we allow others to treat us. What we accept, what we refuse to accept, and how we communicate these preferences to the world. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus all expressed this idea in their own way, but the message was clear. Your inner peace, your fortress of solitude, must be protected and maintained. But how do we establish these limits? It starts with self-awareness. It means engaging in deep introspection and asking yourself, what really matters to me? What are my core values? What makes me feel respected? What makes me feel diminished? This is not a quick exercise, it is a journey. A journey that the Stoics practiced daily through meditation and reflection. Once you have a clear understanding of your values and limits, the next step is communication. Articulating your boundaries clearly and assertively. This does not mean being aggressive or confrontational. On the contrary, it means expressing yourself with respect and kindness both toward yourself and toward others. It is simply saying, this is where I stand, and I respect where you stand as well. Now, this is where things can become complicated. And this is something the Stoics were particularly skilled at managing, the reactions of others. Not everyone will respond to your boundaries with understanding or respect, and that is okay. Because Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control the actions or feelings of others, only our reactions to them. If someone does not respect your boundaries, it is not a reflection of your worth. It may simply be a sign that they are not meant to be part of your inner circle. At least not until they can respect your needs. Establishing personal boundaries also means saying yes to what enriches your life and no to what drains it. It means allowing yourself to prioritize your well-being and care for yourself without guilt. This might mean declining an invitation when you feel overwhelmed, or setting aside time for solitude in the middle of a busy life. It is about honoring your needs as deeply and respectfully as you honor the needs of others. The beauty of Stoicism is that it provides a framework for life. It does not promise a life without conflict or discomfort. Instead, it offers the tools to face life's challenges with grace and wisdom. 3. Experience love this way. Stoicism is often accused of suppressing emotions and maintaining cold, detached distance, but oh, how wrong this misconception is, especially when it comes to love. Stoic philosophy, deeply rooted in the understanding of nature, human behavior, and the universe, offers a remarkably new and enlightening perspective on love. A perspective that is not only about feelings, but also about action. Not just passion, but also reason. So let's explore what it means to live love in a Stoic way. First of all, Stoicism teaches us the importance of living in accordance with nature and virtue. Applied to love, this means loving in a way that is honest, caring, and, above all, selfless. It's about not seeing love as a means to fulfill our own needs and desires, but as an opportunity to contribute positively to the lives of those we care about. This is where the Stoic idea of love diverges from the dominant discourse. It is not about possession or control. It is about liberation and growth. Stoics like Epictetus emphasized the importance of understanding what is within our control and what is not. In the realm of love, this translates to recognizing that we cannot control how someone feels about us, but we can control the way we express our love and attention. It is a call to focus on our actions and intentions, ensuring that they are aligned with the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. In doing so, we cultivate a love that is not only deep and meaningful, but also resilient, adaptable to the ebb and flow of life. Experiencing love the Stoic way also involves accepting and letting go of attachment to outcomes. This does not mean that we do not care deeply or passionately. Rather, it means that we love without clinging, without letting the fear of loss overshadow our joy. It is about appreciating and cherishing our loved ones when they are with us fully and without reservation, while also accepting the natural course of life, which includes change and, ultimately, separation. This Stoic approach to love frees us from the anxiety and suffering that often accompany attachment, allowing us to love more fully and openly. Additionally, Stoicism teaches us the art of empathy and understanding, encouraging us to look beyond our own perspectives and emotions. In love, this means striving to understand our partner's feelings, thoughts, and needs as deeply as our own. It is about listening with the intention to truly hear, not simply to respond. This level of empathy and understanding strengthens bonds, fosters mutual respect, and deepens the connection between individuals. But perhaps one of the most beautiful aspects of loving life the Stoic way is its emphasis on gratitude. The Stoics placed great importance on appreciating the present moment and all the blessings it contains. In the context of love, this means actively practicing gratitude for the people in our lives, for the moments we share with them, and for the growth and happiness they bring us. This gratitude not only strengthens our own sense of well-being, but also radiates outward, enriching our relationships with warmth, appreciation, and kindness. When we speak about experiencing love the Stoic way, we are talking about a love that is deep, thoughtful, and rooted in virtue. It is a love that celebrates freedom, promotes personal growth, and cherishes the present moment. It is a love strong enough to withstand the storms of life, not because it clings tightly, but because it understands, accepts, and appreciates. This, my friends, is the kind of love that not only endures, but uplifts and transforms. Number 4. True strength. The Stoics, ancient philosophers who sought tranquility and virtue in all aspects of life, had a unique view of what constitutes true strength. For them, it was not about how much weight you could bench press or how many battles you could win. Rather, it was about the resilience of the spirit, the fortitude and courage to face whatever life throws at us with equanimity and grace. So, what does it mean to possess true strength in the Stoic sense? It means having the inner strength to stand firm in the face of adversity. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm, not because you are immune to the wind and rain, but because you have developed the ability to withstand them. This type of strength comes from a deep understanding of what is within our control and what is not, a fundamental principle of Stoic philosophy. We cannot control the storms, but we can control our reactions to them. True strength also lies in self-discipline and self-control. It is easy to let impulses and emotions dictate our actions. But Stoicism teaches the value of mastering our impulses, making choices based on reason and virtue rather than whims or fleeting desires. This does not mean suppressing our emotions. Rather, it means refusing to become enslaved by them. It is the difference between reacting in anger and choosing to respond with understanding. Stoic strength is also deeply connected to virtue. For the Stoics, being strong means being just, wise, courageous, and moderate. It means embodying these virtues in daily life, not as abstract ideals, but as lived practice. This kind of strength is about doing what is right, even when it is difficult, even when no one is watching, and even when it comes at great personal cost. But perhaps the most revolutionary aspect of Stoic strength is its accessibility. Unlike physical strength, which depends on many external factors, strength of character is something anyone can cultivate. It is built through daily practice, through every small decision to act with integrity and every effort to see challenges as opportunities for growth. And let us not forget that true strength, according to Stoicism, also includes compassion and understanding. It means recognizing that everyone is fighting their own battles and that we are all part of the same human community. This strength does not consist of standing above others, but of standing beside them, offering support and understanding. True Stoic strength is a blend of resilience, virtue, self-control, and compassion. It is a strength that allows us to face life's challenges with grace, remain faithful to our values in the face of temptation, and support others with empathy and understanding. It is the kind of strength that does not merely endure, it uplifts, illuminates, and enriches both our lives and the lives of those around us. Diving into the concept of selective compassion may seem counterintuitive. At first, especially when we think of compassion as a universal positive force. Diving into the concept of selective compassion may seem counterintuitive at first, especially when we think of compassion as a universal positive force. After all, isn't compassion about showing kindness and understanding toward everyone? Yes and no. The Stoics, with their deep understanding of human nature and ethics, invite us to consider a more nuanced approach to compassion, one that is not only sustainable, but also deeply impactful. Selective compassion does not mean caring for some people and ignoring others. Rather, it means approaching compassion with wisdom and discernment. It means recognizing that our resources, our time, energy, and emotional capacity are limited. Quite simply, as a gardener knows he cannot care for all the plants in the world, but he can make those in his own garden flourish. We too can direct our compassion where it can make the greatest difference. The Stoics teach the importance of living in harmony with nature, which involves accepting our limits. This wisdom applies beautifully to the concept of selective compassion. By accepting that we cannot relieve all the pain or right all the wrongs in the world, we do not diminish our capacity for compassion, rather, we channel it more effectively. It is about making peace with the fact that being human means we have limits, and within those limits we do our best. But how do we practice selective compassion in a way that aligns with Stoic philosophy? First of all, it involves deep self-awareness. It is essential to know your own strengths, capabilities, and limitations. This self-knowledge allows you to engage in acts of compassion without burning out. Remember that an empty lantern provides no light. Maintaining good health is not only beneficial for yourself, but also allows you to continue being a source of light and warmth for others. Selective compassion also means prioritizing situations where your actions can have a real impact. This does not mean turning a blind eye to suffering that does not directly concern us, but rather focusing our efforts where we can truly make a difference. This could be helping a family member through a difficult time, supporting a local community project, or lending your voice to causes where it can amplify the message. It is about strategic empathy, choosing your battles not out of indifference, but out of a desire to be truly effective. Another aspect of practicing selective compassion according to Stoic principles is maintaining emotional balance. Stoicism does not advocate emotional detachment, but rather avoiding being overwhelmed by emotion. When we allow our emotions to completely dictate our actions, we risk burnout and, in the end, we may not help anyone. Selective compassion involves approaching situations with a calm and stable heart, ensuring that we act out of wisdom rather than immediate emotional reaction. Additionally, selective compassion involves an element of letting go. It means accepting that despite our best efforts, we cannot control the results. We can offer our help, support, love, and resources, but then we must step back and allow things to unfold. Number 6, take care of ourselves. In a world that never stops moving, where we are constantly bombarded with the idea that we must do more, how can we justify taking a moment to pause, breathe, and take care of ourselves? Well, The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, had some very clear perspectives on this subject. Perspectives that resonate today more than ever. You see, Stoicism is not just about enduring life's difficulties without blinking an eye. It is about thriving in life through the practice of virtue, wisdom, and yes, self-care. For the Stoics, caring for oneself is not an act of self-indulgence, but a necessary part of living a good and ethical life. Why? Because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot offer wisdom, support, or kindness to others if you yourself are running out of energy. Self-care in the Stoic sense means much more than spa days or indulging in our favorite dishes, although there is nothing wrong with those things. Rather, it is about nourishing both body and mind, making sure we are in a state that allows us to fulfill our duties and contribute positively to the world around us. This includes getting enough rest, eating healthily, exercising, and engaging in activities that enrich our mental and emotional well-being. It means recognizing when we are overly stressed and allowing ourselves to step back and recharge our batteries. But this is where it becomes interesting. Stoicism teaches us that taking care of ourselves also involves questioning ourselves, stepping out of our comfort zone, and facing our fears. This may seem contradictory, but think about it. Growth does not come from stagnation. It comes from facing difficulties, learning from them, and emerging stronger. Thus, taking care of yourself involves balance between caring for yourself and challenging yourself, between resting and growing. Another essential aspect of self-care, according to Stoic philosophy, is the practice of reflection and introspection. It involves regularly taking stock of our actions, thoughts, and emotions in order to assess whether they align with our values and virtues. It means asking ourselves difficult questions, being honest about the answers, and making adjustments when necessary. This introspective practice not only clarifies our understanding of ourselves, but also guides us to live more authentically and purposefully. Additionally, the Stoics emphasize the importance of community and relationships in our well-being. Taking care of ourselves does not mean isolating ourselves from the world. Rather, it means fostering meaningful connections, offering support to others, and allowing ourselves to receive support in return. It means being part of a community where we can learn, share, and grow together. Let us take a moment to pause, to check in with ourselves, and to care for ourselves not as an occasional luxury, but as an essential daily practice that enriches our lives and the lives of those around us. Remember that in the journey of life, you are not only a traveler, but also a vessel. And taking care of this vessel is the best way to ensure a fulfilling journey. Number 7, put yourself first. In our whirlwind of responsibility, ambition, and the constant noise of societal expectations, the idea of putting yourself first can seem not only counterintuitive, but sometimes even selfish. Yet, if we look deeper into Stoicism, we discover a compelling explanation for why prioritizing your well-being is not only sensible but essential. The Stoics, with their deep understanding of human nature and the workings of the universe, believed that to contribute meaningfully to the world and live in harmony with others, we must first be in harmony with ourselves. This is not about selfishness or neglecting our duties and relationships. Rather, it is about recognizing that caring for our well-being lays the foundation for everything we do and every interaction we have. Putting yourself first in the Stoic sense means devoting time to cultivating your inner garden, your mind and your soul, so that they can flourish and, in turn, nourish others. It is much like the advice given on airplanes: put on your own oxygen mask before helping others. If you are short of air, you cannot help those around you. Likewise, if you are mentally, emotionally, or physically exhausted, How can you be present for your loved ones, give your best, or engage with the world in a meaningful way? Stoicism teaches the importance of introspection and self-awareness. Prioritizing yourself involves regular reflection, understanding your values, identifying what truly matters to you, and aligning your actions accordingly. It means being honest with yourself, recognizing your strengths and limitations, and making choices that reflect your true character, not what others expect of you. Additionally, prioritizing your well-being means setting healthy boundaries. The Stoics understood that not everything that demands our attention deserves our energy. By learning to say no to what drains us and yes to what enriches us, we are not being selfish, we are practicing self-respect. It is about accepting that we cannot please everyone and recognizing that when we try to do so, we often stray from the path of virtue. This approach to life also includes caring for our physical health. The Stoics, particularly Musonius, Rufus, emphasized the importance of physical training and proper nutrition for living a virtuous life. After all, a healthy mind resides in a healthy body. Taking care of our physical well-being enables us to face life's challenges with strength and resilience. But here is a crucial point. Putting yourself first does not mean walking through life alone. Putting yourself first is a practice rooted in wisdom, virtue, and the Stoic pursuit of a good life. It reminds us that we are the stewards of our own lives, responsible for our well-being, cultivating our virtues, and living in accordance with our true nature. By doing so, we enrich not only our own lives, but also our capacity to positively influence the lives of those around us. Number 8. Accept adversity. At the heart of Stoicism lies the belief that it is not the events in our lives that trouble us, but our judgment of those events. In other words, adversity itself is not what causes suffering, it is how we perceive and respond to it. This does not mean minimizing the pain or difficulty of challenging situations. Rather, it means recognizing that every challenge holds an opportunity for growth, learning, and character development. The Stoics were no strangers to adversity. Marcus Aurelius wrote much of his work, Meditations, amid the immense challenges of leading an empire during times of war and plague. Yet, he did not see these trials as obstacles to his well-being, but as opportunities to practice virtue, resilience, and wisdom. This mindset transforms adversity from a burden into a path toward personal growth. But how do we begin to accept adversity? First, by recognizing that challenges are a natural and inevitable part of life. The Stoics encouraged us to anticipate difficulties not with pessimism, but with preparation. This mindset frees us from shock and despair when difficulties arise, allowing us to meet them with courage and clarity. Next comes the practice of gratitude. It may seem strange to be grateful for adversity, yet Stoicism invites us to find value in every experience. By focusing on what we can learn from challenges, how we grow and discover strengths we did not know we possessed, we begin to see adversity as a teacher. Perhaps a strict one, but a teacher nonetheless. Additionally, Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what lies within our control. Even when we cannot control external circumstances, we can always control our attitudes and actions. By directing our energy toward our responses, we empower ourselves. Adversity then becomes a catalyst for resilience and self-mastery. Accepting adversity also means showing compassion toward ourselves and others. Being harsh with ourselves during difficult times only deepens our suffering. The Stoics understood that mistakes and moments of overwhelm are part of being human. And often, our struggles make us more empathetic toward the struggles of others, strengthening the bonds of human connection. Finally, Stoicism teaches the art of reframing our narrative about adversity. Number 9, live in the present. Wherever you look today, There seems to be another book, meditation app, or lifestyle guru telling you to live in the moment. But before dismissing this as just another modern wellness trend, consider what it truly means through the lens of Stoicism. Because the ancient Stoics understood something profound. They knew that the present moment is the only place where life actually unfolds. The past is gone, untouchable and unchangeable. The future is uncertain and largely beyond our control. This realization may seem intimidating at first, but it is incredibly liberating. It means that the anxiety we carry about past mistakes or future uncertainties can be released. Instead, we can direct our attention and energy to the present moment, the only place where we can truly act and influence our lives. Marcus Aurelius repeatedly reminded himself of this truth. He wrote about grounding oneself firmly in the present moment, not allowing the past to disturb us or the future to overwhelm us. This does not mean ignoring the future or becoming passive. Rather, it means fully engaging in the task, conversation, or moment before us, because that is where life happens. Living in the present begins with awareness. Recognizing when our thoughts drift toward past regrets or future worries. Not judging ourselves for it, but gently guiding our attention back to the present moment. It also involves appreciating the simple experiences of everyday life. The warmth of the sun on your face, the aroma of morning coffee, a sincere conversation with someone you care about. The Stoics remind us that happiness does not come from external circumstances, but from our internal appreciation of the present moment. Additionally, Stoicism encourages us to accept whatever the present moment brings with equanimity. Whether we face difficulty or success, the goal is to approach each moment with a balanced heart and mind, not suppressing emotions, but not allowing them to overwhelm us. When we focus on the present, we are more likely to act with integrity and purpose. Every moment becomes an opportunity to be the person we aspire to be. Living in the present is not merely a comforting idea, it is a powerful and practical way to live with less anxiety and more meaning. Number 10, flexibility and adaptability. The Stoics understood a simple but profound truth. The only constant in life is change. Storms come, seasons shift, circumstances evolve. What causes suffering is not change itself, but our resistance to it. Stoicism teaches us to accept change not reluctantly, but wisely. Because in the ever-moving dance of life, flexibility and adaptability are our greatest allies. Consider the Stoic metaphor of a dog tied to a moving cart. If the dog resists and pulls against the cart, it suffers. But if it moves willingly with the cart, the journey becomes easier. This metaphor illustrates the Stoic idea of aligning ourselves with the natural flow of events rather than fighting against them. In the dance of life where change is the only constant, Stoicism reminds us of something powerful. Wisdom is not about avoiding storms, it is about learning to dance in the rain, finding joy in the journey, strength in resilience, and meaning in every step we take. Remember, the light that guides us through the darkest nights is not found in the stars above, but within ourselves. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you want to continue exploring the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, click on one of the videos on your screen. And together, let us keep the flame of wisdom alive.